You said you have the card in your wallet.
I do.
Can I see that?
I'm Sergeant Ron Stallworth, retired. When I was the detective at the Colorado Springs Police Department in 1978, I launched a investigation into the Ku Klux Klan, a chapter that was forming and trying to expand in my city. I launched it based on seeing a one ad in the classified section of the newspaper, and there was a P.O. box number. I wrote a note, a letter, if you will, to that P.O. box. I basically said, I hate nigger, spics, chinks, Jews, Japs, and anybody else who isn't pure Aryan white like me. And I wanted to join in something that would allow me to direct my attention towards that. About a week, 2 weeks later, I get a phone call in my office. The voice on the end of the phone said, hi, this is Ken Odell. I'm the local chapter president of the Colorado Springs Ku Klux Klan. His response to me was, you're just the kind of guy we're looking for. When can we meet? That's when I said, oh, hell, what do I do now? I immediately formulated a strategy, and it was simply to get a white officer posing as me to go meet this guy. Chuck is not his real name. I knew Chuck well. He was a good undercover officer, and so I chose him. When I set off to do this, it was simply to gather information on the Klan, who they are, what they are, where they are, how many they are, and take it from there. Chuck, his lieutenant, said this will never work because Chuck will walk into the meetings and they'll immediately recognize from his voice that he's not black. I said to the lieutenant, what does a black man sound like? And then he said, you know, shucking and jiving and saying mother blank blank. I said, I can shuck and jive if I have to, but B, I can speak correct English when I need to. When I needed a physical body to attend a Klan meeting, I would go tell him, we need you for this. Most of these guys carried guns, and Chuck would go into situations knowing that these people were armed, and they're unpredictable. David Duke was the national director / grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. I called him up one day to find out where my membership card was, because you were supposed to get it within 2 weeks of applying. On this particular day, David Duke happened to be there, picked the phone up.
What can I do you for?
He told me that there had been a administrative snafu, and he personally would process the membership and send my card to me. I actually have the card in my wallet. I've carried that card in my wallet since I got it in January of 1979. And I also have a certificate of membership to the Ku Klux Klan, both documents signed, prepared for and signed by David Duke during the 7.5 months of the undercover phase. The results were we prevented 3 cross burnings. Cross burning is a domestic act of terrorism. It's been classified as such. So we prevented 3 of those in Colorado Springs. No one ever had to wake up and be terrorized seeing a burning cross in the distance. We also learned of 2 military personnel working at North American Air Defense Command, NORAD, who had top security clearance. They manned the console that monitored North American airspace. We uncovered 2 members of the Klan who had that job. I was invited into NORAD, met the deputy commander, and based on the information I provided to him, he contacted the Pentagon, talked to some general there, and that general ordered him to order those 2 men off NORAD and to reassign him. I was told that they were going to, quote unquote, the North Pole.
America first.
They nominated Chuck / me to become the local chapter president. When I told my chief of police this latest development, he said, end the investigation now. He said, it's gone far enough. I was told to have no further contact with the Klan, don't answer the phone, don't go to any more meetings. He also ordered me to destroy the file. I have 2 notebooks about 3 inches thick, maybe. And when my sergeant wasn't looking, I took the notebooks, put them under my arm, walked out to my car and took them home. Groups like the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, skinheads, alt-right, call them what you will. They're basically all the same. We need to be aware of who they are, what they are, why they are, and we need to address these issues when they come up. Too many people are afraid to talk about the issue of race. We should be willing to address it, and more importantly, when it rears its ugly head, we should be willing to take a stand and try to stomp it out, whatever the action may be at a particular time. You want to take the back because you want to focus on number 5. Every time David Duke talked to me or any of the Klansmen talked to me on the phone, they were violating number 5, the pledge to never talk to local, state, or federal officials. And we got a lot of chuckles out of that.